name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have started a reading bullet journal. Now, I really wanted to actually do a bullet journal sort of setup. However, with my son especially, I was only really able to do 1 to 2 pages a day. And so this actually took me like, what, almost 3 weeks to set up. So I did want to at least go through and show you guys how I decided to set up my year stuff, even though I know it's gonna be July. So I will leave everything that I used down below. This is an Archer and Olive, I think a B5 journal. I wanted a bigger one to start with, and I just got a plain navy blue color. There have been some smudges on it already, and this is just from like eraser shavings, but we are going to open this up. And I did just start with my name on the first page and a title page. Can you guys see this? Am I centered? This is more centered. Let's try that. After that, I did do a year at a glance, just because I do feel like this is something that I wanted to have. I also decided to do all of my calendars Monday through Sunday, even though I usually prefer Sunday through Saturday. But anytime I do basically readathons or reading vlogs, I always end up starting on a Monday, or they usually end up starting on a Monday. So having my calendar spreads from a Monday through a Sunday actually made it quite easy to figure out how to do my vlogs, how to do that kind of stuff. It just is one pretty line instead of like starting on one end and going almost all the way to the other end. And then for one of my goals this year, I decided I wanted to read the alphabet. So I do have most of them filled out already, which I'm very happy about because it's basically just halfway through the year now. I do still need J, K, T, V, X, Y, and Z. And since I actually wrote this all down so I could take a look and make sure what I still needed to do, I have been looking through and I have at least a couple books per letter, except for X. I literally only have one book for X, which I will end up reading by the end of the year, but one book alone for X as the title. Then we have the books read in 2020 spread. I usually do 100 books on Goodreads as my goal. However, I'm already at like 70 something, almost 80 books for the year. And so I decided to do more than that. I think there's a total of, I think it was 175 books on both pages. So even though we're halfway through the year, I'm on this page already, but that's also because I have the title up here, so the spacing's a little different. As you can see, I decided to color code it. A light blue for a physical book, dark blue for an ebook, purplish pink for audio, and a light purple for the ARCs I've been reading. Most of what I've been reading is physical, and that is because that was one of my goals this year, to read more of my physical TBR. I've also been reading quite a few ARCs that I've been getting approved for from NetGalley. I've read a couple ebooks, but I want to do better about that because I do have ebooks on my Kindle app that need to be done. And then I have read so far one audio book that's just up here. This is hit and miss with me, we'll see. Then we have my YouTube growth spread. My goal for this year has always been 1,000 subscribers. I am still at the end of June, so I have not filled this out yet. And I did leave myself extra space in case I get through more than 1,000 subscribers this year, but my main goal is to reach that 1,000, and I've just sort of color coded it by month as I go down. This is 100% just for me. I did see quite a bit of growth after January this year, and I think that's mostly because I did post a bookshelf tour in January. I've actually been on YouTube for 2.5 years now. It'll be 3 years in December, and I've been one of those channels that just grows slowly, but I've been having much better success this year, and I'm just super happy in general with making my videos. If I don't hit 1,000, that's no big deal, but that's my goal for this year. And now we're into July. So my spread theme for July is a sort of underwater ocean theme. I use Stickii, the Stickii Club packs for all of my stickers here. So I actually used 2 packs mainly for this. I have an Under the Sea pack and a Set Sail pack. I mostly used Under the Sea because it's more cutesy and I just really love that. And so my theme colors are basically this like teal color of this octopus. So again, like I said, I started Monday through Sunday. I have these like seashell stickers that I used for my July 2020 title. I have lots of little oceany creatures that I just absolutely love. And I have a note section over here. I'm doing 3 readathons in the month of July. The pop culture readathon that is all month long. The Bucolic or Bucolic-a-thon readathon from Becca and the Books. That is the weekend of the 11th and 12th. And then also the Reading Rush, which is a week-long readathon hosted by Ariel and Raylene that is going to be from the 20th through the 26th. And as you can see, this is why I did Monday through Sunday, because look, it just takes 1 line to do the whole thing and it just looks so nice. And then I did also just include some birthdays on here. We have my husband's birthday, one of my nephew's birthday, a best friend's birthday. So this is my calendar spread. Next, one thing that I do want to do from now on every month as I use this reading journal is I want to read every day. This is something that I have been adamant about since the beginning of 2020. I am not so crazy that I don't take breaks if needed. However, I am trying to read something every day, whether that's 1 chapter, 10 pages, whatever it is. I want to try and read every day. And then one thing that I really, really wanted was a page tracker. I had been using an Owl Crate reading journal that was mostly for like putting a TBR, reviewing books, and there was no way to track how many pages I read. That's one of the reasons I decided to start a reading journal in July. Surprise, surprise, I wanted to do more tracking and statistics, but I'm very excited about this spread. That's also why the ribbon bookmark is here, so that I can make sure I go back and do this. And I'm going to be doing semi the same thing that I did for my books read in 2020 spread, where I'm going to be tracking everything with different colors. Since this month is a ocean theme, I chose different colors of teals and blues. So if I read physical, it'll be a light teal, ebook is a gray blue, audiobook is a blue, ARC is a dark teal, and I'm going to be using the same colors on both pages. So I am one of those people that really only does like 1 book at a time, 1 format at a time. So this color scheme should match this color scheme, and I'm very, very excited to see what they will look like at the end of the month, which you guys will see when I go through my August setup stuff. Then we are getting into my July TBR. I do have a TBR video up already. I will leave it linked down below for you guys, but this is my TBR. I do have some extra spaces just in case I want to add books. One thing that I'm trying to be really good about this year as well is reading books outside of my identity. So I'm making sure I'm reading a book by a Black author, a person of color author who is outside of being Black, LGBTQ characters. I'm saying it that way because I know not all LGBTQ authors are out for own voices, so I mostly want to read characters that are LGBTQ, a manga, and an ebook, because I have been really bad with the ebooks this year so far. So that's my goal, is to at least read 1 of each of these every single month, plus other books. And now we have our readathon spreads. I'm going to be doing the pop culture readathon. This is 90s movies themed for the month of July, and they're doing bingo boards for all of the prompts. I don't fully know how I'm going to be filling in these prompts. I want to try and get I want to try and get a bingo on every single board, and so I put them in here, and I'm going to be writing in the prompts and books that I complete for each one as I go through the month, and hopefully get a bingo on every single one. And then we have the Bucolic readathon. I know she also has it as bucolic-a-thon. That looks a little bit weird to me spelling wise, so I'm using the Bucolic readathon as well. So Becca is going to be doing 2 rolls. So she has a 2019 board and a 2020 board, and she's going to do a roll from each one every 12 hours basically of the readathon. I'm going to try to pick 1 book per roll, and what I'm planning on doing is basically what I have here. She did her first 2 rolls in the announcement video. One was to read a paranormal and one was a chance card. I'm already decided I'm going with a paranormal, so I'm going to put both prompts in here as we go, but then I'm going to highlight which one I'm going to complete and write in what book I'm going to read. We then have the reading rush. These are the challenges for that, and I have not picked my TBR for this yet. I will have a video up for that probably about a week before the reading rush starts. And then I have a place for a book haul. I don't know how many books I'm planning on buying. I'm not really planning on buying in the month of July, but we'll see how that goes. I do have a way I want to display this, but because I don't know how many books will end up on this spread, I can't actually set that up yet. I also have a place for a favorite book. I did set this up a little bit because I think I'm gonna put like a picture of the book over here and then write about it here. And then we also have favorite quotes. These are again just like stationary bits and pieces from the Under the Sea Stickii Club pack, and I'm gonna end up putting quotes on there. And then we have, technically this is the last spread, but I do have places where I can add more books. I did 2 pages to start with, and then we will see how it goes as we read throughout the month. But this is basically copying the bits and pieces from the Owl Crate reading journal that I actually really loved, which are the parts that sort of allow me to write notes about the book for reviews. So I have a place for title, author, the dates that I read it, and my thoughts about the book. And then I wanted to also put the picture of the book, the cover, so I did leave spaces for every single book. I decided to go staggering it. That's just how I wanted to do it. And so far there's 8 places here. I do usually read more than 8 books at a time, so I can add onto it as I go. So this is the last spread that I have for July, and that's it. I am very excited to show you guys what this looks like at the end of the month and the beginning of August as well, because I know we are going to have so much fun with this. I'm already super excited about this reading journal, even though I did end up starting in July. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up Mondays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, and I will see you then. Bye.